Paris is full of ghosts. They just blend in better than you'd think. My name is Julian. I'm a tour guide. Nothing fancy, just cheap walking tours through the old streets of the Marais, near Place de la Bastille. The kind of gig that pays in crumpled euros and tired applause. I started offering a new route, the path of the Guillotine. Tourists loved it. Drama, history, revolution. I wore a tricorn hat and carried a fake basket. People laughed until things changed. It began with the photos. A tourist showed me one. I smiled for the camera like always, but in the photo, I wasn't smiling. I wasn't even looking at the lens. I stood frozen. Behind me, a woman in a ragged dress, her neck red and raw, mouth open in a scream. No one saw her in real life. I laughed it off. A week later, another guest sent me a picture. This time I was blurry, almost transparent, and behind me, 3 figures. One held a severed head. It looked like mine. My sleep began to rot. I'd wake drenched in sweat, dreams full of heavy drums, distant crowds, screams muffled by linen. I smelled blood in my apartment. I heard whispers in old French, not modern Parisian French, the kind you hear in reenactments or old stage plays. One night I followed the whispers. I lit a candle. The power had gone out. Shadows danced like they were alive. In my mirror, I saw not myself, but a young man in rags tied down, staring up at a falling blade. I smashed the mirror, but it didn't stop. I began forgetting things, saying phrases I didn't recognize. Tourists noticed. One American said, "Are you okay? You were talking like Shakespeare French." That week, I woke with a red line across my neck, thin, straight, like the edge of a blade, had kissed me. It bled just a little. Doctors said it was nothing. Stress, they said. Maybe you scratched yourself. But I knew. I began researching the route I used. The alley behind Rue Saint-Antoine. It wasn't just near the old Place de la Revolution. It was the exact path condemned prisoners took to the guillotine. The stones hadn't forgotten. I stopped the tours, but people came anyway. Word spread. Julian, the haunted guide. They offered more money. I refused. I stayed in, but it followed me. My lights flickered at midnight. The temperature dropped, and every night at 3:27 a.m., a faint sound, thud, echoed through the building. A wet final sound, like a head falling into a basket. I stopped shaving. The line on my neck burned when a razor came near. I looked pale, eyes sunken. One morning I saw myself in the elevator mirror, and I had no head. I screamed, but the elevator kept moving. The building's doorman asked me, "Who's the lady that visits you at night?" I said no one did. He swore he saw her. Ragged dress, pale face, watching from my window. The last straw came yesterday. I found a letter, on parchment, written in brown ink, blood, maybe, no stamp. It read, "Return what you borrowed. Your life was never yours to keep." I don't know what that means, but I feel it. I feel something pulling at me. At night I hear drums. When I close my eyes, I stand among the crowds. I know them. I remember them. I smell the rot of revolution. This isn't a haunting, it's a return.